Darn it, Steve, you're so good. Like, how do you do it? You hook us in, and like I can never stop one of your videos early or anything because you're just a wealth of knowledge. There's always those little Easter eggs and just everything else. Been in the stock since 2020. You've made me and lots of other people lots of money, thankfully, for this stock on that nice little run 2020 into February of 2021. And we're primed to do it again, which is why I was like, well, it's now time to start finally doing some YouTube videos because other people need to know about this because this is the stock. There's a couple others, um, but not really with the potential right now because, as Steve has mentioned in the Discord, as what I truly believe is we are now on that hockey stick trajectory to go up, up, and away. My last video, I showed just that exponential RMR growth, and the time is here. It's gonna start happening. So, per his weekly video that he just did, he just said watch, or he said read the Air Manifesto, and I'm sure a lot of people haven't. So just to do a quick little run through, I'll do that for y'all, maybe with some funny commentary, either just from my personal experiences, just in the real world that maybe a lot of you guys can relate to, and that way you guys don't have to read it for yourself and be slightly more entertained, because it's a lot of fun for me to do it too. So welcome to the Every Chip Investing YouTube channel. I've been trading for a long time before the pandemic, and I'm bringing coverage to stocks that are just undercovered. Okay, right now AITX is on that precipice because of the 10K, the 10Q, and we're also going to have PRs coming out with sales as well as deployments on their autonomous services, and cash flow positive that we are still on track for August that Steve has been talking about, as well as the whole entire AITX team since November at that investor conference. So, as a heads up, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own DD when it comes to trading. This is for entertainment purposes only, but I'm way more entertaining than some of those other really boring YouTubers, so please enjoy this video. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe so I can continue pushing out this content for awesome people just like yourselves. So, if you shoot Steve a message, you might be able to get some free AITX merch. So let's do it together. This will be so much more fun for me. So, navigating the new economy, jobs and automation, challenges and opportunities. First of all, I love the logo. I did look at this briefly before I did the video just so I wouldn't sound like more of an idiot than what I normally do sometimes, or at least be a spaz as I do it. But let's go ahead and just go through this together. Alright, so introduction, as we emerge from COVID, blah, blah, blah. And just to segue there real quick, a lot of times Steve was mentioning, as well as it was in the Discord and a lot of the other investors, a lot of the just security industry in general, those positions were just harder and harder to fill. And especially because AITX can save anywhere between 35 and 80% to a business just on providing these certain robots. It goes beyond inevitable. It goes to the point where it would be stupid if you didn't do it. I think it was a little over a year ago, actually, Steve and team, AITX was the only one to actually have a robot be able to communicate with another robot to go check on an instance or an issue somewhere else in the warehouse. I think it might have been a Rosa to a Romeo, or I would have to go back and double check. Maybe an Ava to a Romeo, but I'm pretty sure it was a Rosa to a Romeo. And that was the first case in all of the ASR industry where that was actually a thing. So that's pretty exciting, and I want to say that was their big logistics center. Almost 100% certain, but don't quote me on that. So, blah, blah, blah. The pandemic changed the world for everybody. That goes without saying. All right, altered job market across the board, definitely. So robots began replacing humans in manufacturing jobs more than 50 years ago. So to save you guys maybe a little bit of time just throughout these paragraphs, just think of the automotive industry and how robots, in certain segments of building cars, have completely taken over that human element on the production line. And of course, it's lots of other things, whether it's lawnmowers or anything else, but that's just the most visible thing I can explain to you as an example. Yeah, many companies shied away from automation before the pandemic, but they really can't get away from it, especially because we're trying to save some money here. Every company is trying to save money on their bottom line. So if at this point they're just not even trying to do it, even though they're already behind the curve, then they're really just stupid. Guard wages are climbing steadily. And, that is kind of obvious because we've seen how inflation has just been in the last couple years. A couple years has been 10%, just 1 year, year over year. And it continues to be sticky. That's why the Fed rates are still so high. So, and we talk about this in the Discord too, but just imagine that these robots, they don't call out sick, they don't need benefits, they save you money. So, as we have finally been able to see in the last year, people are starting to adopt this common sense solution. But just wait until some of the mid-level companies get a hold of this. At this point, it's really just some of the bigger companies that can really see that dollar sign that they can save year over year. But this is going to be an everyday solution to the marketplace. And as I've said before, AITX is way above Nightscope and some other companies with the solutions. Yeah, I would say, to go back, yeah, Rad witnessed that this was, curiosity. Probably because at that point people were like, oh, yeah, that is a great solution. And that does make sense, but they weren't ready to pull the trigger. Since the pandemic happened, and since it cost a lot more to hire employees that'll either quit in 3 months or call out sick or whatever the deal is, it makes so much more sense to save money by having the ASRs. ARSs, my apology. Yep, we've been in airports, everywhere else. All right, customer service that touches more lives. Yep, no, that makes sense. Yeah, so elder care right here. I love this because I've also been investing in some other stocks, kind of like the Pfizer and Moderna, just on a short term basis, just because I kind of like where the charts were sitting at. But a lot of those companies are using AI when it comes to picking, um, solutions and uh, drugs that'll actually be productive and actually go through all the phases of trials. I've seen that a lot in all my research. Yep. Perfect security of health technology. Yeah, and I like this one too with Red Light My Way. And it only kind of talks about uh, fears with female students on a college campus, but this also goes to hospitals and your nighttime staff that are working at some of those working those hard third shifts, and it could go to any factory worker that might be working an odd hour at night, not getting home till late, and just that peace of mind, just being able to have that red light my way solution is just so incredibly important. Um, Yep. AI has definitely been growing from the last decade. We've seen that in the last 2 years. What else? There's a lot of really good info in this whole entire video. Or manifesto. Yeah, so yeah, unlike old school guards who spend 99% of their time idling on autopilot. ARS personnel spend all their time dealing with the 1%. Huh. I think we can all say that that's completely agreeable. The robot doesn't have to go and pee. Getting a little bit closer to the end. Mm. And I thought this is interesting too. AI can eliminate the underlying prejudices about gender, race, and other attributes that lead to unfair outcomes and decision making processes. I guarantee you, police departments, um, any company, this is huge for them because they can just kind of wipe their hands clean of things. That's the beauty of AI. Towards the end, yeah, moving forward. So AI and robotics offer unique opportunities to rethink the paradigms. So at this point, whether it's the ARS solution, with the AITX coming out and doing what they're doing, or if it's just the other companies and the AI solutions, Google, Nvidia, all that, it's gonna happen. AI is here. So are you gonna actually take this solution and better your business? And then from a non-business standpoint, as an investor, are you just going to be an idiot and stand by, or are you actually going to invest in these and make some money? I think it's pretty common sense. We've seen what the Magnificent Seven have done in the last couple of years, and AITX is one of the top stocks that is poised for breakout, as we've seen in the last month, to just continue trending upward. So I appreciate the video and y'all's time. Like, subscribe, all those things. Y'all have a great day. Bye.